Yeah.
Being a mother inspires many women, we all know that, and it's often called the toughest job on earth. But for one writer, it's also one of the funniest. Mom blog pioneer, author, and cancer survivor Jen Singer uses humor to conquer life's challenges, and she also helps others do the same. Ann sat down with this week's Woman Who Inspires Us for a glimpse behind her witty wisdom.
Jen Singer has been writing nearly all her life.
I think I've really been a writer since I was 5. I used to write stories when I was little, and I kept a diary through my teen years.
But it was when she had children of her own, Jen says, the real writing started.
That's when I started writing for magazines. But after a while, I felt like it was such a long gap between I would write something and it would appear in a magazine, plus you weren't really getting feedback.
So in 2003, she took it to the web, creating her own site for moms.
Back before anyone had put the words mom and blogger together, I created mamasaid.net. I wanted to build up a platform, a following of people so that I could eventually get some books published. I also wanted feedback. I wanted to know I wasn't alone. It was personal as well. I mean, any mother who's had not 1 but 2 colicky babies needs to know that other mothers out there had felt like, oh my God, this isn't as great as I thought it would be.
And it wasn't long before word got out about Mama Said.
In the very beginning, the only person who came to my website was my mother. But after a while, it started to spread both through getting covered in local newspapers until I wound up in magazines and national, and I wound up on television. So I had to use old school media to promote something new, and somehow it worked.
8 years later, Mama Said is thriving, and Jen has written 5 books.
I mean, I've always wanted moms to feel validated and to get a good laugh when they need it. And those are the 2 big things that Mama Said has always been about. And I carry that through my books and everything that I do.
But Jen's journey to success wasn't an easy one. While writing her second book, Jen was diagnosed with lymphoma.
I did the best that I could and managed to hit my deadlines. Honestly, I think that writing was the only thing I could control. I wasn't being the mom that I normally could be. People were driving my kids to swim team practice and taking them to school. I was a soccer coach in name only. I could really only sit in my chair and let the other coach do most of the work. I think writing saved my mind.
Jen was open about her battle with cancer online.
I couldn't not write about cancer. It was what was going on in my life. I didn't want the Mama Said to turn into now it's a cancer blog. So I was still parenting. I still had things to say about parenting, so I continued to do that. But every once in a while, I would write about this crazy thing that was going on and how our lives were turned upside down, and got that out. I'm now almost 3.5 years in remission, and I've got my hair, so I'm glad.
Jen is now working on creating more resources for parents battling cancer.
It's hard to be really honest about how you're facing death. It's hard to be really honest about how much help that you need, how sick you really are, the traumatic effect that it has on your children's mental state. These are things that people don't want to talk about, but they do want to read about.
That's how Dawn Sandamino first found Jen online.
I think I was surfing and I came across a picture of her with a blue wig on. It was when she first was diagnosed with cancer, and I just thought, oh my God, this woman is really incredible, and it made me want to learn more about her. So I went on her blog, I started following her a bit.
Dawn eventually reached out to Jen, asking her to speak at a local cancer charity event.
There was an energy that I could feel even through the internet that she was different, she was real, she was a mom like me, she had been through something traumatic in her life and still had a smile on her face and a wig on her head, and I just knew she was going to be somebody special.
Dawn and her business partner, Elizabeth Miscali, run a party planning blog and have 5 kids between the 2 of them. The women say Jen has inspired them both as entrepreneurs and as moms.
Jen is a strong, committed, fearless woman who I respect tremendously. And I love that she is so brave and courageous to share her stories and her experiences to give women that joy.
I think she inspires me every day to just not take myself too seriously, not take the job of being a mother too seriously, or even a blogger. She weaves her stories with humor and She pokes fun at herself, she pokes fun at her husband and her kids, so you connect so strongly with what she has to say.
And Jen doesn't plan to stop writing anytime soon.
Whether I continue to write about motherhood, and Mama Said will be around for a while, still got the kids here, or I'm writing about cancer, or who knows what comes next. I want to touch people in a way that makes them want to come back for more and to feel good about life.
What an amazing story. Congratulations, Jen, on your 3.5 years in remission. Now, in addition to sharing her adventures in motherhood online, Jen is also currently working on a memoir titled, If Cancer is a Gift, Where Can I Return It?